Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is having a fabulous Mother's Day. I actually had this video ready to go earlier in the week, but for some reason my phone decided to delete the whole entire thing. So this is actually a take two. So let's go ahead and get started. This is a anti-haul kind of slash will I buy it episode because I am seriously wanting a couple of these products, but I'm trying not to buy them. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. On the first one, we have the Becca and Chrissy Teigen Glow Face Palette. I love Becca. I love Chrissy Teigen. I think she is beautiful and funny, and I really wanted to support her. But when I saw the palette, the colors just weren't for me. The bronzer just looks way too dark for my skin tone. And the blush kind of reminds me of a porcelain doll pink cheek blush. That's not really my cup of tea. The packaging is beautiful, but unfortunately the colors just did not hit for me. And as much as I would love to support both of them, I just cannot get a palette that I'm not going to use. So that is definitely a pass for me. The next item we have are the Becca Sunlit Bronzers. Now, when I saw these swatched, the colors actually look a little off to me. Some of them look really orange and red, and this just does not seem like it is going to be a big hit. I'm pretty much going to stick with my Too Faced bronzer along with my Marc Jacobs. Side note, I love my Marc Jacobs Tantastic bronzer. That is just like the ultimate all-time best bronzer ever. So I am just gonna stick with those. All right, now this next item is one of the items I was talking about. I want this palette so freaking bad. The colors are screaming my name. They are so beautiful, but it is so expensive. It is the Natasha Denona Sunset Eyeshadow Palette. Yeah. We already know that her palettes are super expensive. I think there's one that's like over $200. This one isn't as expensive as that one, but $129. I don't have the budget for that. If I bought this, even if I loved it, I would pretty much cry myself to sleep every single night thinking, why did you spend $129 on an eyeshadow palette? I can't do it. I can't do it. As much as I want it, I want it so bad. But if you guys are going to get it, just go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know how you guys love it. I'll just have to live through you guys. So let's go ahead and move on from that. So up next is another thing of hers. It is the Natasha Denona Sculpt and Glow Face Highlighting and Contour Glow Palette. I actually think the colors are beautiful. However, I don't really contour, so a contour highlighting palette would not do justice for me because I'm not even going to use some of the product that's in there. So that to me is a waste of money. And speaking of money, it is $89. I do not have $89 to spend on a highlight. So that is unfortunate. That's a pass. And the Urban Decay Naked Skin Shape Shifter. Sorry. It's $45. They are 3-in-1 complexion palettes that contain both powder and creams to contour, color correct, and highlight. I think the colors on the light medium side are really pretty. They have kind of like a reddish orange on the darker palette. But like I said, I don't really contour, so this just doesn't work for me. Also, the packaging, I really don't like that. It has cream on one side and powder on the other, which I can appreciate, but they put it in a foldable package. So you have this thing in between, you open up one side and open up the other, but what happens if that breaks? It's just gonna become a big old mess. And I really don't think that was a good idea, but that's just my opinion. So on the highlighter trend, there is the Violet Voss Rose Gold Highlighter. I have highlighters left and right. I have bought so many. Everybody knows that highlighters are just apparently the thing now, which I appreciate because I love, but I have too many. I can't. I can't. And highlighter again is the Urban Decay Afterglow Highlighting Palette. There's a couple reasons I won't buy this. The first one, of course, is because I have too many highlighters as it is. The second reason is because I actually bought some Urban Decay highlighters and blushes during the 21 Ulta Days of Beauty sale, and I hated them. The color payoff was terrible. The packaging was cheap, and it just was not worth my money. I returned all that the very next day. If I had to choose any other thing, they would be my very, very last choice. I was not happy with that. So staying away from Urban Decay blushes and highlights for a little while. All right, so the next thing, this is actually something else I want, but I am trying to convince myself not to buy it. It is a highlighting palette. It is the Huda Beauty highlighting palette. She came out with two. One is Pink Sands, the other is Golden. They look so beautiful. But I don't need any more highlights. I have to keep telling myself, you don't need it. You don't need it. Do not buy it. You don't need it. But it is calling me. So we will have to see if I give into temptation or not. We have the Sephora Collection Contour Blush Palette. I really don't get much color payoff with Sephora Collection, so I'm gonna be passing on that. We'll just keep that one short and sweet. Next is the Ciate London Glow to Illuminating Blush. They do look pretty, but I am a palette kind of person. I like blush palettes, I like highlighting palettes. I'm not really one to buy single blushes, except for, well, okay, let me take that back. I buy the Tarte blushes and I buy the Too Faced blushes. These are the only ones that I really love that I will buy in single pans. But this is just not calling to me. The illuminating blush is just not my kind of thing. All right, so more highlighters. Dose of Color is coming out with a whole bunch of different highlighters. Like I said, I'm kind of a palette person, and if I had to choose a highlighter to buy, it would definitely be Huda Beauty's palettes. So I would pass on this. Highlighters galore, oh my goodness. All right, so Too Faced is coming out with the oh my gosh, I cannot talk tonight. The Too Faced is coming out with Glitter Bomb Eyeshadow Collection. When I first saw this, I was actually kind of excited, but now that I am stepping back, I'm thinking, Cassie, you do not actually use crazy colors like that on your eyes. Why would you want that? So I'll have to think about this one. I like Too Faced. I haven't had any issues with their palettes. However, of course, I'm fairly new. I didn't get that white chocolate chip palette. I knew that one was going to be terrible as soon as I saw Nicole Concilio's review on that. But like I said, I just don't use those crazy colors on my lids. I'll have to think about that. All right, next we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trios. She is coming out with 5 of them. A lot of them look pinkish, purplish as far as the blushes go, and those aren't just really my colors. I'm more of a natural blush kind of girl. And I don't know. They just aren't calling me at all. The colors, the packaging, it's just, I don't think I'm gonna get that. That's just a pass. I don't really have anything bad to say about them because I'm sure the quality will be okay. They're just not really calling my name. Speaking of Anastasia, we also have the Glow Kit, the Aurora Glow Kit, okay? Now this has a blue highlighter, this has like an orange highlighter, this has a purple highlighter, and I would not use that on my face. It looks beautiful on other people, but this is definitely not my cup of tea. If I had to choose between this And the Moonchild, I would definitely get the Moonchild. I think those colors are more suitable for me. But I would only use maybe 3 out of 6 of those shadows. So that is definitely a no-go. Now, something I am kind of interested in getting, but I'm on the fence about, is the Too Faced collab with Candy Johnson. I believe it's supposed to release in September, but when I see the picture of this palette, nothing really wows me. Nothing is grabbing my attention and sticking out. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to actually see this one in person to see what I think about it. Okay, and last we have the Kylie Cosmetics. The first thing I want to talk about is the Kylie and Kim K collab. First of all, I would not order from Kylie. There is just too much controversy around her makeup. There's a lot of complaints about a lot of the products. You can't return it if you don't like it. There's just so much controversy, and until they get a steady, good reviews about their products, I'm just not gonna buy from her. That's just too much headache for something that may or may not work for me. I'm not gonna do that. Same thing with the blush and highlighters that she came out with. People were saying that they were getting empty pans. I mean, really, come on now. That is just crazy. So if a company can send out an empty pan of blush or highlighter or whatever it may be, that is not good business. I would never buy from that place again. If they sent me something that was completely empty that I paid for, I would be super pissed off. I would never buy from them again. And I'm not going to take that chance, like I said, until they start getting constant good reviews. That's just not going to happen for me. Although I was interested in that peach palette, but I let that one slip through my fingers, and I heard all kinds of things that, you know, it smelled really, really bad. People weren't able to use it even after they aired it out. So I'm kind of glad I'm passing on her products as of now. Anyways, so that is it for this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe down below. You can also follow me on Instagram. I have that link down below, and I hope you guys have a great evening.